Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of Fearless Tarot, How to Give a Positive Reading in Any Situation, which is out now from Llewellyn Books, but I know a lot of you have been contacting me and you're still waiting for your copy. And I think that the pre-order sales were so enormous that we might have broke Amazon. And so they're waiting for their next batch or next shipment to come in. But it is on its way. And I've been on the email with my publisher and all that sort of thing. And they're assuring me that they're going to get that order out there. So if you've been being patient, thank you so much. You are going to love the book. It's going to be worth the wait. And if you just can't wait to start reading it now, there is a Kindle version available immediately. And there's also an audiobook version on iTunes. And if you do enjoy the book, I hope you leave a good review for it because it's going to help other people see it as well. It's time for this week's Oracle Reveal. And this week we have all sea creatures. We got the electric eel, the starfish, and the turtle. And I placed up that picture on Instagram and I asked you to use your intuition and ask which animal was calling to you because that animal has a message for you. And now we're into Scorpio. So we're dealing with that water energy. It's all about going deep within. First, we have the electric eel spirit. And like a lightning bolt or electricity, it can kind of symbolize something hitting your brain that's just inspiring. To follow your inspiration, to follow whatever just pops into your head. The electric eel is saying to go with that energy at this time. The first card for electric eel is where it's best for you to place your focus this next week. And we got the Seven of Swords, which shows that man, his homeland has been invaded by this army. You can see them in the background of the card, and they set up their camps and their tents, and they're all deciding how they're going to divvy up this poor guy's land. And the figure in the front of the card is a thief. He's getting smarter than the army. He's outwitting them by sneaking into the camp and stealing the weapons away. Whenever we see the Seven of Swords, it's telling the electric eel people that you're presented right now with a really overwhelming challenge. It almost feels like, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? How do I even overcome this? The Seven of Swords assures you that you're more intelligent than the challenge that you're up against right now. And so what you're needing to do right now is outwit the obstacle, to find the way past it, and to really use your brain and find sort of the way to cut the corner or get around it. And so Seven of Swords is saying you can handle this, but you do need to be in your mind, and you do need to sort of not underestimate your own cleverness or your ability to solve a problem. Second, we have advice from your inner wisdom, and we got the Moon card, a very watery card right now. It's a very intuitive card, and this card says that emotions might be running the show a lot right now. Sometimes when the Moon comes up, we're really being affected by feelings a lot. We're getting swept up into them, and when I juxtapose that against that Seven of Swords, it could be a time when you're really looking at feelings and as facts as facts. But also the Moon is a really intuitive card. And this could say that your intuition is going to be the best fuel, the best guide for what decisions to make to outwit your obstacles. So again, like that electric eel symbol too, if you're getting that lightning bolt in your brain that's saying, go this way, go this direction. Oh, I got an idea. This is going to work. Really follow up on that because I think that that's going to be the way past your present impasse. And then finally, the Moon card is just saying things run in cycles. They phase in, they phase out, just like the phases of the Moon. This is going to be a time of fluctuation, so be adaptable and flexible at this time. And then the mythic archetype is Pandora for the electric eel. And Pandora is that goddess who opens up the box, in some versions the jar, and all the plagues of the world sweep out of it. And again, it's sort of that sense of, oh no, I'm overwhelmed. There's just so much going on. What's happening in our world? What's happening all around me? I don't even know how to stay focused or centered. But Pandora shut that lid on the box or the vase right before hope escape from it. So this is saying that there's still hope, that you still have to hang on to that hope, that you really need to keep that as your North Star. You can overcome your challenges, but don't feel defeated. Second card or second animal is the starfish, and you can see from its posture, it's open. So this could be a time where it's really important for you to open up to all of your possibilities. First card for starfish is where it's best for you to place your focus this next week, and we get the Four of Swords, which is all about self-care, retreat, rest, exile, solitude, really getting your thoughts in order right now. The more you can have gentleness and peace and calmness next week, the better off you're going to be. And if you're being asked, what do I place my focus on or whatever, the Four of Swords is saying, focus on resting, focus on giving your body what it needs at this time, and focus on recharging your batteries. And also, that's different for different people. Some people find rest through reading a book or isolating or just doing something on their own. Others find rest just through taking a nap or sleeping. But the Four of Swords is more about finding peace, peace of mind, peace in your heart. That is going to be so important at this time. Stay calm when the Four of Swords comes up, and also pay attention to your breathing. Make sure that you're taking enough big, deep breaths during the day. It can do wonders for the stress load. Advice from your inner wisdom, again for starfish, is the Hangman card. So again, this card of non-action, silence. It may feel like your life is turned upside down right now. It might feel a little chaotic, but the Hangman is telling you that great opportunities are coming from things being turned on their head at this time. As the Hangman is hanging upside down, he's lost the use of his legs, so he can't walk anywhere, and his hands are tied behind his back, so he represents those situations where it feels like your hands are tied. But his head is starting to glow. All the energy is starting to pool there. And so this could be a time where the non-action is actually where the insight is going to come from. It's not from going and doing and pushing and striving and struggling. It's from taking that step back, looking at things from that opposite perspective. That is going to lead to your breakthrough. And then the mythic archetype that's going to help starfish is Themis and Nemesis, the goddesses of justice and also retribution. This is a card that will encourage you to really focus on balance, focus on the just or the right action. These are the goddesses of karma, and they're basically saying that what you're putting out there is what you're going to get back. Instead of, again, rushing out there to try to do something important or move mountains, it might be a time to retreat. It might be a time to check your motives and also see what sort of energy you're putting out into the world. Themis will always indicate that balance will return and justice will prevail. And then finally, we have the turtle, which is an archetype of the water here. He's the sea turtle, but it's also an archetype for earth and land, so it could be a time to get grounded. Where it's best to place your focus, if you pick turtle, is justice. Interesting, we get this justice sense right now. It feels like if you're feeling slighted, if you pick the last starfish or this card, if you're feeling like something's not fair, something's not appropriate or right, something's done against you, justice is saying this will balance out. Karma will take its course and things will happen again for you in a more balanced way. So it's important to stay dispassionate and honest with yourself. Just be clear about what's really happening right now. And also don't be afraid to look at your challenges right now when we see the Justice card. She's saying to be honest with yourself about them. Second, advice from your inner wisdom. There she is, the Queen of Pentacles in her garden that's blooming and it's perfect timing. This could be a time where your seeds have been planted. But again, we're getting this symbol that it's so important to just sit back and wait, to be patient, to let things manifest, to let things grow. Despite your anxiety, which is that little rabbit on the bottom corner of the card, which is chatting away and saying, oh, worry about this, worry about that. The Queen of Pentacles is saying, listen, the bread is baking in the oven. If you try to eat it right now, it's not going to taste very good. You want to wait a little while. Things are still germinating. And then the mythic archetype that's going to help out Turtle is, there she is, the goddess Athena, long associated with that justice archetype as well. So this is sort of like a double whammy. Athena's coming up as a guide from your inner wisdom. She's telling you that justice will prevail, balance will return. Keep your energy pure. Keep what you're putting out into the world. Keep that on the high road, and you will get back what you have put out there. And finally, Athena is associated with the owl, which can see its way through the dark. So it may feel like you're navigating right now. You may need to sort of open your eyes to the shadows right now, what's really kind of lurking beneath the surface. And don't be afraid of looking clearly at it, but also realize that you have that power to find your way through. Tarot, and it's all about listening to your wisdom because Athena is the guardian of wisdom. And that is this week's Oracle. I do hope you enjoyed it. You can always check me out at elliotoracle.com and schedule a reading with me there. Otherwise, I hope you all have a very happy, healthy week, and I will see you next time. Do take care.